Okay, so am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
तो लास्ट क्लास में हमने कुछ किया था. If you remember, we were discussing isomorphisms, है ना? Those functors which are isomorphisms, and we discussed some examples. So I want to actually just elaborate those examples once more so that it becomes clear to you. Okay, and then we will move ahead. ठीक है भाई? So we have discussed this example. Now I will write it as a proposition. So I will write it as a proposition. Proposition. So this is the proposition that we discussed in the last class. So we discussed that for any pair x comma y of classes the categories cx and cy are isomorphic if and only if there is a bijection of x onto y. I will add one more thing in this. Okay, earlier we didn't discuss it. I will add this, that a category is isomorphic. A category is isomorphic to a category of the form Cx for some class x for some class x if and only if the if and only if each of its morphism is an identity morphism. And such categories are called as discrete categories. Such categories are called as discrete categories. So we have to prove two things here. First, we have to prove that for any pair of classes x and y, Categories Cx and Cy are isomorphic if and only if there is a bijection of X onto Y. And secondly, we have to prove that a category is isomorphic to a category of the form Cx for subclause X if and only if each of its morphism is an identity morphism. And such categories, they are called as discrete categories. Okay. Now see the proof. I just gave a brief of this proof in the last class, but I would like to explain it in detail. So suppose that there is a bijection from X to Y and
सर इससे सर प्रूफ जाने से पहले सर एक क्वेश्चन है
yes,
सर जब हम कंक्रीट कैटेगरी डिस्कस करते हैं ना सर,
which category?
कंक्रीट कैटेगरी,
Concrete category. हाँ
सर वहां पे हम बोलते हैं ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर सेट्स विद स्ट्रक्चर
yes,
एंड मॉर्फिज्म्स आर स्ट्रक्चर प्रिजर्विंग मैप्स।
हाँ yes.
सर उसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर सेट्स विद स्ट्रक्चर एंड मॉर्फिज्म्स आर स्ट्रक्चर प्रिजर्विंग मैप्स, उसका मतलब क्या हुआ?
उसका मतलब यही है कि उसके ऑब्जेक्ट्स जो होंगे वो, जैसे आप ये ले लो, इफ यू टेक दिस ग्रुप है ना, कैटेगरी ऑफ ग्रुप्स,
यस
तो इट इज ए कंक्रीट कैटेगरी. आई विल एक्सप्लेन विद द हेल्प ऑफ एन एग्जांपल. कंक्रीट कैटेगरी क्योंकि इसके ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्या हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट्स किसके, इसके ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्या हैं ग्रुप्स के, इस कैटेगरी के ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्या हैं,
ग्रुप सर,
है ना, ऑल ग्रुप्स.
यस सर,
all groups. Object is actually the class of all groups, class of all groups. And morphisms क्या है, for any pair of group, हाँ, तो group homomorphisms. तो आपके पास ग्रुप्स आर स्ट्रक्चर्ड सेट्स ना. हर स्ट्रक्चर मींस व्हाट, इसके ऊपर एक ऑपरेशन है, बाइनरी ऑपरेशन है ना, स्टार, जो इसको एक ग्रुप का स्ट्रक्चर दे रहा है. आगे बात समझ. हर कोई, आप कोई भी ले लो ग्रुप्स G1 G2 सो ऑन, है ना, दे ऑल हैव स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ग्रुप, इसके ऊपर कोई बाइनरी ऑपरेशन होगा, से स्टार 1 जो इसको ग्रुप बनाएगा, इसके ऊपर कोई बाइनरी ऑपरेशन होगा, से स्टार 2, that would make this G2 into a group. So structure means the structure of group here. Okay. And homomorphisms, group homomorphisms, we know that they are structure preserving maps, because they respect, if F is a homomorphism from a group G1 to a group G2, I can simply say that F is a structure preserving map because it respects the structure of G1 and G2. Means structure means the binary operation F of A star B equals F of A star F of B. So structure here is preserved by these morphisms. Is it clear? इसी तरह आप अदर कैटेगरीज ले लो, कंक्रीट कैटेगरीज, जैसे आप रिंग्स ले लो, तो वहाँ ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्या हैं, रिंग्स होंगे ना, ऑल रिंग्स. सो रिंग्स आर आल्सो स्ट्रक्चर्ड सेट्स. सो देर आर टू बाइनरी ऑपरेशंस ऑन ए रिंग, है ना, one is addition and one is multiplication. So there is a structure given by these two operations. Okay. हाँ भाई, आपको आ गया समझ?
यस सर.
हाँ, जैसे टपोलॉजिकल स्पेसेस आप ले लेते हैं ना, तो उनपे भी एक स्ट्रक्चर है. क्या है? टपोलॉजी, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ए टपोलॉजी, है ना. x1 आप कोई टपोलॉजिकल स्पेस ले लेंगे, तो so there is a topology on x1. So that topology is actually giving a structure, and you are getting lot of information about that structure from the given topology. Clear?
Yes sir.
So this is the meaning of a structure, and this is the meaning of a concrete category. Okay. Now coming back to our proposition. So first assume that there is a bijection from x to y. Now if you remember, what is this category Cx? Recall that for any class x, Cx is defined in this fashion. Cx is objects, home, identities and composition, where objects are what? All members of x, all members of this class x, members of x. And for any pair, for any x comma y in x, you define home xy. ये कैसे हम डिफाइन करते हैं? You define it as singleton x if x is y. Otherwise there is no morphism. Otherwise it is empty. Empty if x is not equal to y. So it means what? It actually means that the only morphisms, so given any two objects x and y, this y has to be x. If y is x, then there is a morphism from x to x. That is, you can say that x, which you call as the identity on x. And x composition x is also x. So you can say that the only morphisms in this Cx are the identity morphisms. That is, the only morphisms in Cx are the identity morphisms, or the identity morphisms. Okay, now come to the proof. So take any bijection from x to y. Let f from x to y be a bijection, So you have to show that the categories Cx and Cy, they are isomorphic. Means you have to define a functor which is an isomorphism. Now so define f from Cx to Cy, Cy by. Now we only have to take into account the identities, okay, because there is no other morphism. So you define f acting on x to x, that is x, equal to, so by definition it is fx and fx. This is the definition of a functor, because it maps x to fx, and this morphism x to f of x. So don't confuse with there is an abuse of notation here, because we are calling objects also as fx and morphisms also as fx. So there is slight bit of confusion in the slight bit of repetition in the notation. So you just remember this. Now I define this fx as f of x and f of x with the help of this map, because f is a map, f is a bijection from x to x. So I call this the image of this object fx as fx, the image of fx, and this morphism fx also I call as fx. Okay. So so I can easily check that this is a functor. You can easily check that this f is a functor. So then f is a functor. then f is a functor. Because if you take f of x composition x, then it is going to be what? We have seen that x composition x is x, so it is f of x. But f of x by definition here is f of small f of x, so small f of x. Okay, but small f of x is again small f of x composition small f of x. Why? Because this small f of x is also an object in Cy, and the category Cy is defined in a similar fashion as the category Cx is defined. In Cy, there are only identity morphisms, okay, and morphisms are between the same type of objects, y to y, identity and y. So here fx is an object in the category Cy. So this fx, you can write fx composition fx, and which is nothing but f of x composition f of x. So this means what? This fx respects the composition of morphisms. And secondly, if you take f of identity on x, you know that identity on x is x, which is f of x. But f of x is what? It is small f of x. And small f of x is nothing but identity on f of x in the category Cy. So, which is identity on f of x in the category C. So, f respects the composition, f respects the identity. So, therefore, f is a functor. So, thus f is a functor. So, I need a functor which is an inverse of this. Then it would become an isomorphism. So, I define a functor. So, now define g from cy to cx by, so for any object here g, for any object y, so y here belongs to y, है ना, y belongs to y, but f is a bijection, so y would be f inverse x. Okay, so no, sorry, y would be f of x. Okay, and g is a mapping from y to x on objects. So every element has uh, its no, just it's a confusing. So I define in this fashion, gy gy gy. Now gy is in x, gy कहाँ पे है, x का एलिमेंट है, तो f आपकी बाइजेक्शन है x से y पे, तो इसका मतलब है f इनवर्स y भी जो है f इनवर्स बाइजेक्शन होगी y से x पे. So you call this gy, you define this gy as f inverse of y. So you give this as f inverse of y, the image f inverse y. So f inverse y. So this is sensibly defined because f is bijection. So this is sensibly defined. This is sensibly defined as f is a bijection. Yes, somebody was asking something. कुछ पूछना है? Yes. Okay, so you can easily verify that G is a functor. So similarly as f, G is a functor. Okay, but it is a functor from Cy to Cx, from Cy to Cx. Now you compose these two functors. You compose now G composition f. Okay, so you apply on any x. So what is this? This is G of, now f is defined as fx, fx, fx. Okay, but by definition of fx it is G of small fx, small fx, small fx. Okay, and G acting on this by definition is nothing but f inverse of fx by definition of G. F inverse of fx, f inverse of fx. And f is a bijection, so f inverse composition f, so it is x, x, x. So this means what? G composition f sends this data to itself in the category Cx. So therefore this actually means that G composition f is identity on Cx. Similarly, f composition G is identity on the category Cy. So this means what? This means f is an isomorphism. F is an isomorphism from the category Cx to the category Cy. So if you have a bijection f from x to y, so with the help of this bijection, you can define a functor f from the category Cx to the category Cy, which is an isomorphism. Now conversely, if you have an isomorphism, then you can get a bijection, and this is just a reverse of this. Okay, so conversely assume that Cx is isomorphic to Cy via the functor f from Cx to Cy. Okay, so this means what? This means f inverse from f inverse equal to G is from Cy to Cx such that f composition G. So this G composition f is identity on Cx, and f composition G is identity on Cy, because they are isomorphic. Now with the help of this isomorphism, you can get a bijection from x to y. How? See. So now define f small f from x to y by small f of x equals capital F of x. Because f is a functor, so it is also a mapping on the objects. Objects is what? Objects is this class, members of this class. So you define small f of x as capital F of x. Then you can easily see that f is a bijection. Then small f is a bijection. How? You choose any x1, x2 in x, and suppose f of x1, small f of x1 is small f of x2. Okay, if and only if capital F of x1 is equal to capital F of x2. Okay, and if and only if g applied on capital F of x1 is equal to g applied on capital F of x2. Again, because g is a functor, so it is a mapping on the objects of y. So if and only if g composition f of x1 equals g composition f of x2. Now g composition f is identity on this cx. So if and only if identity on cx of x1 equals identity on cx of x2. But identity functor sends every object to itself. So this is if and only if x1 is equal to x2. So therefore, this shows that f is well defined as well as 1 1. Thus, f is 1 1. And for ontونess, you choose any y in y. So let y is in y. Then you can write y as identity functor on cy, identity functor on cy of y. Okay, but identity functor on cy on y is nothing. Identity functor on cy is, by our previous stage, it is f composition g. So it is actually f composition g of y, which is f of g of y. Okay, now g of y would be what? G of y actually belongs to x, objects of this category cx, है ना? g of y इस कैटेगरी cx का कोई ऑब्जेक्ट होगा, क्योंकि g आपका फंक्टर कहाँ से है? इट इज फ्रॉम cy to cx. तो इसका मतलब g of y कोई x का मेंबर होगा, तो कॉल इट एज x, call it x. So it is f of x where x is equal to gy belonging to y, objects of this category cy. Okay, so but this capital F of x is small f of x, by definition. So any y in y is of the form f of x for some x in x. It means what? It means f is onto. Okay, so this means f is a bijection. F is a bijection. So the converse is also true. So given any isomorphism between the categories cx and cy, you have a bijection from x to y. And we have already seen that if we have a bijection, then the categories are isomorphic. Okay, so we have seen this thing, the first part of this proposition. Now second part, a category is isomorphic to a category of the form, a category is isomorphic to a category of the form cx for some class x if and only if each of its morphism is an identity morphism. So let us see this. Now suppose that suppose that C is isomorphic to C be a category such that C is isomorphic to Cx for some x, for some class x, for some class x. What we have to show? We have to show that each morphism of C is an identity morphism. So we show that each morphism of C, is an identity morphism. Now choose any objects A and B. So let A, B belong to the object class of C, and F be F belonging to home AB. Means you are taking any morphism from A to B. So we have to show that F is the identity morphism. Okay, so here you have A and B, and you have F is a morphism from A to B. Okay. Now here we are assuming that C is isomorphic to Cx. So let F be an isomorphism, the capital F, this functor F from C to Cx be an isomorphism. Okay, means there exists F inverse which is G from Cx to Cy, Cx to C, such that F composition G is identity on C, F composition G is identity on C, and G composition F is identity on Cx. So this is given to you because we are assuming that the category C is isomorphic to the category Cx. Now come back here. Our aim is to show that this function, this morphism F is the identity morphism. Now here you have A, here you have B, F is a morphism from A to B. Now you apply this functor. Okay. So G of this A, B, F, because G is from C to Cx, the inverse of this functor F. It is what? It is GA, GB, GF. Now we are in the category C. Now we are in the category Cx, है ना? लेकिन Cx में तो आपको पता है बाई डेफिनेशन के यहाँ सिर्फ हर कोई मॉर्फिज्म क्या होती है? आइडेंटिटी मॉर्फिज्म होती है ना? So by definition of the category Cx, आपके पास क्या है? So you have G of A has to be same as G of B, क्योंकि Cx में दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स के बीच में मॉर्फिज्म है, क्योंकि हमने डिफाइन किया Cx में हमारे पास होम xy क्या होता है? It is singleton x if x is y and phi otherwise. So if there is a morphism from GA to GB in Cx, it means that G of A has to be same as G of B. Say it is x, and this morphism G of F, it is nothing but identity on x. Okay, this is by definition of Cx. Now apply this F on this. FGA has to be FGB has to be F of x, and FGF has to be f of x, because identity on x is x. But f composition G is identity, so this means what? A is same as A equal to B equal to x, A equal to B equal to f of x, and f composition G is identity, so this means this morphism f is nothing but identity morphism on x, identity morphism on f of x. F of x is actually A. Is it clear or not? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you have a category which is isomorphic to a category of the form Cx, then the only morphism here is the identity morphism. All morphisms are identity morphisms. Okay, now conversely assume that each morphism in C is the identity morphism, then clearly C is of the form Cx for some class X, and this class X is nothing but the objects of this category C. ठीक है? अब कन्वर्स में आपको क्या देखना है कि अगर हर कोई मॉर्फिज्म इस कैटेगरी सी की आइडेंटिटी मॉर्फिज्म है तो सी इस फॉर्म की होनी चाहिए. सी शुड बी ऑफ द फॉर्म सी एक्स फॉर सम क्लास एक्स. तो आपको जो क्लास एक्स चाहिए वो आप इसी सी के ऑब्जेक्ट्स ले लो, है ना. सी एक्स बनाने के लिए आपको एक क्लास चाहिए, तो दैट क्लास यू टेक एज द ऑब्जेक्ट क्लास ऑफ सी. And we already know that each morphism of C is an identity morphism. So therefore, it has to be of the form Cx for some x. And that x is nothing but the object class of C. Clear? If you have question, please ask the question. Please, I'm waiting for your question.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay. Now the same can be generalized for from classes to pre-ordered classes, and I have already given you as an exercise in the last class. Again, I will write the statement for you. So this is the most appropriate statement. You can prove this as an exercise. So there is a proposition which actually I am generalizing from classes to pre-ordered classes. Now I have the order on this, which is reflexive and transitive. So proposition is, for any pair X which has a pre-order less than or equal to, and Y which has a pre-order less than or equal to, you call it less than or equal to X, less than or equal to Y, for distinction. Okay, then the category pre-ordered class considered as a category. So C X less than or equal to is isomorphic to C Y less than or equal to if and only if X and Y are order isomorphic. Order